Hi, first grade writers. Today we are going to talk about why book 1 of a series is so important. Book 1 of a series is the first book that the reader is going to read. So it gives the reader a lot of important information that they need to know when they read all the other books in the series. Book 1 of a series tells the reader who the character is. Book 1 of a series tells the reader where the character lives, what the character likes, how the character feels. Book 1 of a series tells the reader who the character's friends are. Book 1 of a series also gives the reader some important background information, things that they're going to need to know when they're reading all the other books. Okay. Let's take a look at how our friend Cynthia Rylant does this in book 1 of Henry and Mudge. Henry and Mudge, the first book. Henry had no brothers and no sisters. "I want a brother," he told his parents. "Sorry," they said. Henry had no friends on his street. "I want to live on a different street," he told his parents. "Sorry," they said. Henry had no pets at home. "I want to have a dog," he told his parents. "Sorry," they almost said. But first they looked at their house with no brothers and sisters. Then they looked at their street with no children. Then they looked at Henry's face. Then they looked at each other. "Okay," they said. "I want to hug you," Henry told his parents. And he did. Mudge. Henry searched for a dog. "Not just any dog," said Henry. "Not a short one," he said. "Not a curly one," he said. "And no pointed ears." Then he found Mudge. Mudge had floppy ears, not pointed. And Mudge had straight fur, not curly. But Mudge was short. "Because he's a puppy," Henry said. "He'll grow." And did he ever? He grew out of his puppy cage. He grew out of his dog cage. He grew out of 7 collars in a row. And when he finally stopped growing, he weighed 180 pounds. He stood 3 feet tall, and he drooled. "I'm glad you're not short," Henry said. And Mudge licked him, then sat on him. Henry used to walk to school alone. When he walked, he used to worry about tornadoes, ghosts, biting dogs, and bullies. He walked as fast as he could. He looked straight ahead. He never looked back. But now he walked to school with Mudge. And now when he walked, he thought about vanilla ice cream, rain, rocks, and good dreams. He walked to school, but not too fast. He walked to school, and sometimes backward. He walked to school and patted Mudge's big head, happy. Mudge loved Henry's room. He loved the dirty socks. He loved the stuffed bear. He loved the fish tank. But mostly, he loved Henry's bed. Because in Henry's bed was Henry. Mudge loved to climb in with Henry. Then he loved to smell him. He smelled his lemon hair. He smelled his milky mouth. He smelled his soapy ears. He smelled his chocolate fingers. Then he put his head by Henry's head. He looked at the fish tank. He looked at the bear. He looked at Henry. He licked him, and he fell asleep. Wow, my friends. We just met Henry, his parents. We got to find out a little bit about Mudge and how Henry got Mudge. Let's take a look at our checklist here for book 1 of a series. Let's think. Did Cynthia tell us who the character is in her first book, Henry and Mudge? Yeah, she did. She tells us Henry and Mudge. Now, she also made sure to tell us that Mudge is a dog. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Where the character lives. Yeah, she tells us that he lives in a house. He lives with his parents on a street. There we go. Checkity check. What the character likes. Now, do we know what Henry likes? Does he like cats? Does he like Pokemon? You're right, he likes dogs. How the character feels. Now let's think about the beginning of book 1. How was Henry feeling? He was feeling a little sad and a little lonely that he didn't have a brother or sister. He was feeling sad that he didn't have a dog. He also is a little excited and happy when he gets his dog. So we know a lot of his feelings. Who the character's friends are. That one's a little trickier, but we know that Mudge is Henry's friend now. And important background information. Now, Cynthia told us about some things that Henry likes. Okay. He likes to think about ice cream and happy dreams when he's walking to and from school. She told us some important information about Mudge. Mudge likes Henry's smelly socks, right? Okay. So she gave us some important information that we're going to need to keep in our mind as we're reading the rest of the Henry and Mudge series. Okay, now writers, I want you to take a look at your book 1. Okay, you are going to use this checklist just like I did, and you're going to check off if you told your reader who the character is. You are going to check off if you told your reader where the character lives, what the character likes and how they feel. Make sure to give your reader some important background information. Okay. Now, if you look at your checklist when you're done and it looks maybe like this, that's okay. You get to go work on adding where the character lives or how they feel, or maybe now you get to give your character some friends. Okay. Don't forget to send in your checklist to your teacher. Bye, friends.